Mark Bunker, 803 North Keene Road. I know the city is trying very hard to form closer bonds with Scientology, but as recent news reports show, that's not always an easy thing to do. You want to move the aquarium downtown, and it appears that Scientology is actively lobbying against that. The city recently spent a lot of money to have the Urban Land Institute give recommendations about how to redevelop downtown. Essentially, they said, we took a look through all the other studies you paid for in the past 10 or more years, and it's filled with a lot of great ideas. Do those. But most importantly, you have to forgive and forget and work more closely with Scientology. Well, after all, I mean, you share a common goal. I hope you don't, though. Scientology has put their goal in print several times. First, back in the covert operation Project Normandy, which set out to lay out the complete takeover of Clearwater. But more recently, in a magazine in 1999, they listed as one of their targets for the year 2000, making Clearwater the first Scientology city. Their goal is not going to change. Scientology has told reporters now that they were just worried about parking for visitors downtown if the aquarium was here at the waterfront. Well, former top executive Mike Rinder recently laid on in his blog Scientology's real objection in a recent post. Scientology called together their staff and all the local Scientologists and explained to them that having so many non-Scientologists downtown was a security problem for them. Mike Rinder says the church wants to make sure that Clearwater continues to be the nice, quiet, nobody around to bother us town that it's become. The more people who are wandering around downtown, the easier it would be for a staff member to slip away in the crowd and run away from Scientology. Or if somebody had a mental breakdown, as Lisa McPherson did back in 1995, there may be people around there to see this horrible situation, perhaps intervene and try to help. Scientology recently paid a fortune to Florida State University to produce an economic impact study showing how important Scientology is to Clearwater, which they can now use to pressure you to not go against their wishes. Mike Rinder put up a detailed breakdown of that study on his site, and I urge you to go to mikerendersblog.org to check that out. And since you're so determined to work with Scientology for your sake and for the city's sake, I would hope that you keep Mike Rinder on your speed dial. He was the top spokesperson for Scientology. He was the third highest ranking executive in the church. He can actually help you with an insider's perspective of what is really going on when you talk to Scientology. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Is there anybody else in the audience who wishes to speak to an item that is not on the agenda?